G'day folks, Links here, and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. So today we're going to be working on the IV energy hatch. So we've made good progress over the last couple of days, finishing the platinum line, etc. And got some nice quality of life stuff, like some new multi-blocks. But we need to look at getting the IV energy hatch now, so then we can start progressing. I also want to get the Vajra. The only blocker to this, I believe, is superconductor, is IV superconductor wire. And the most annoying thing about IV superconductor wire appears to be indium, from what I can tell. Yeah, it's basically just indium is the more annoying thing. So the only way that indium can be made at the moment is by... Where are we? Is by doing it from indium concentrate. So basically indium concentrate is just made from purified galena and sphalerite ore in with sulfuric acid in an LCR. So what we're going to do is, I suppose one thing that did change between videos since last video, I got the wireless crafting terminal. And I also got the magnet card with egg and gold coin filters, so I don't have to worry about eggs and gold coins ever again. If you've noticed them randomly dropping around me, that is from Formcraft Warp, which you get from doing certain researches, the darker magics. So I've just got 2 AE access points at the moment. I've got one here, and I've got one under the resource tower, which should be more than enough. But yeah, so it's nice to actually have wireless AE now. I won't be using it. I won't be spreading it too far just yet because it is quite power hungry. Is the wireless AE. That access point up there only has a range of 57.5 blocks, and it's using 135 EU per tick. The other one over there will also be the same. So what we're going to do now, though, is for processing. So indium basically has 2 steps. You make the indium concentrate, which we can make from purified sphalerite and galena, and sulfuric acid, and then you combine that with aluminium to make the indium dust. So what we are probably going to do, is just probably just passive it like over here somewhere. So what I've done is I've configured ore processing to send sphalerite and galena ore back to the mainnet. I could technically do it in here. I do have like a miscellaneous section here where I have a sifter and a smelter and an electrolyzer. I could technically do it over here, or at least make the concentrate here. But aluminium isn't accessible to this network, so I'd have to... Basically, I would have the ore input from this subnet, and then this subnet would be where I would input the aluminium from, or whatever. But I don't really see the point. Just shoving it on the mainnet is fine, because then I can just shove it anywhere. So I have made an LCR. I actually need 2. I actually need 2 LCRs. And then I really should have got wireless AE before the plat line. So this machine is new. This is the Bouldernator. Basically, this thing's whole job is to make cobblestone very, very, very fast. At the moment, I need the cobblestone to make the AE2 singularities. And basically, I needed one of these for the wireless crafting terminal, but there's no harm in leaving it going for a bit. I'll turn it off eventually. But yeah, this is running at IV, and it makes 400 cobblestone a second. So we should... Are we in? We're just waiting for... There we go. So really nice thing, in 2.8 there is a, I don't exactly know what they've called it in GTNH, but in A2 editions in Nomi Factory, it was called the job completion card. So for these kind of fake crafts that I have, where basically this is just a pattern this is just a pattern containing a non-existent item, and then the ingredients for that non-existent item are the ingredients to make a large chemical reactor. The problem is that craft will never actually complete by itself, so that's why you saw me just cancelling it then. But when the job completer card comes in, what will happen is the moment this craft starts, when it tries to craft the non-existent LCR paper, it will just automatically mark the craft as complete, so then I don't have to cancel it. Which is actually really good if I want to request, multiple of them or whatever. But yeah, I think we will put the... I think I might turn you off for now. I think we will put the LCRs here. So what we'll do is we'll do... It's basically going to be 2 LCRs, just wall sharing. One to make indium concentrate, and then the other one to make indium dust. The lead zinc solution, we will just void that. I don't really care too much about that. I have a renewable source of lead from IC2 crops, and I also have I think it's from IC2 crops. It gives you lead, zinc, and silver, if I recall. Yeah, and sulfur. So I have renewable sulfur, I have renewable zinc, I have renewable silver, and I'm fairly sure I have renewable lead. Yeah, I do. I have renewable lead from IC2 crops. So we'll just void the lead zinc solution. So if we grab all the bits out of the A2 network, so if we just grab the maintenance hatch, chemically inert casings, that doesn't feel like many casings. Is the second one not finished yet? I feel like there should be a second... Oh, that's the other problem. Yeah, because all the ingredients were already in the network. So, because I crafted one and then crafted another one, so the ingredients were already in the network. Yeah, okay, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so we are... What else do we need? Right, let's just get... My inventory's getting a bit full. You know what, now that I've got wireless AE, I don't actually have to carry these around as much. That, and that. Right, so that should do it for now. That should give me some space. Oh, the compressed chests actually belong in there. So we already have plenty of... galena and sphalerite ore from I set up my miners earlier today to gather those. So what I'm going to do is I'll get these LCRs built and we'll get some indium production going, and then we'll look at what we need to do next. So I'll see you guys in a minute. And we're back. So I have indium set up now. So we're just basically stocking input bus, bringing all the purified ores, sulfuric acid, hatch, it needs 36 per run. So HV input hatch with just a ME export bus, and then basically concentrate gets output into that hatch, gets sucked into that hatch. These are both EV because it needs 72 buckets of concentrate for the shortcut recipe. And then basically just into the indium dust reactor. And like I said, I'm going to void the lead zinc solution because I don't care. It doesn't give me anything that I don't already have renewably. So now we just need to make the superconductor IV dust, which is literally just vanadium and indium in a circuit 2 mixer. I am starting to notice that my mixer is becoming a bit awkward in terms of getting in terms of certain recipes, especially ones that involve fluids, because I only have one mixer with a load of interfaces on it. I will probably build I'll probably build some more mixers, because when I first built my multi-block mixer, which is down there, when I first built that, I didn't have as good a resource situation as I do now. So we should be able to build the retrieval task is basically just to get the superconductor wire. So let's just work our way backwards then. So the next step will be to make this in a blast furnace, and it takes it's not quick either. So basically we'll just make it in a blast furnace. I do tend to do 64 at a time, but I don't think we need to do that in this case. So we'll just do 32 at a time. And then the next pattern we'll want will be the superconductor base IV wire, which is just a wire mill recipe. And where are we? Wire mill C1. Would help if I did it in the pattern terminal. And then we should be able to get our superconductor wires. There is another step. There is the final step, which is to take it and do this recipe, which is a C9 assembler, which I don't think I actually have. I'm fairly sure I don't have a circuit 9. Oh, I definitely don't have an IV one. So I will need to make a new assembler. So I'll go and sort the last couple of bits that we need, and I'll get our superconductor IV wire, and then we can look at getting the energy hatch, hopefully. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Right, so got the assembler set up, and I've put the other patterns in for the remaining superconductor wire. So can we make it? Apparently we can. It's going to craft... How much of this is... Okay, I think I can make... How much does this actually spit out? It's 12 for 12, so yeah, okay. So I'm going to end up with 12 in theory. So I should hopefully have everything I need, but this is going to take a little bit to smelt. This is going to take a little bit to smelt. I don't know if we're still processing indium or whether we've actually run out of stuff. No valid recipe found. I suspect we've run out of we've run out of aluminium. I need to go get my aluminium B and bring it over. If we go back to the old ocean dimension where all my Bs used to be, I haven't actually brought them all over yet. I wasn't going through a huge amount of aluminium, but obviously now that I'm making indium, I am probably going to be going through a fair bit of aluminium. So I probably need to grab... Yeah, I probably need to grab this this lot and move it over. So we will grab you and you. These don't have any special requirements, do they? No. So I might grab that. I might grab that this alveary as well. So I'll go quickly get the aluminium bee set up. I will just quickly cut while I grab this alveary and get the other bits, and then I'll show you how I've been building out my alvearies. So we'll be back in 2 seconds. And right, we're back. So we're in my B area. I just dropped a piece. And the way that I've been doing these, this one's actually fairly simple because the aluminium combs they're only LV, so I don't actually bother level emitting them, especially because aluminium is something we use quite a bit of, or will do, over the course of time. But all of them have very similar infrastructure, so but this is probably more typical. So this is my Vibrant Alloy one. The Vibrant Alloy comb is a HV comb. Vibrant Alloy is not something we go through a lot of, so we don't want it always running. So I have a level emitter on the extraction conduit. So as you see, this is full. Vibrant Alloy has a preferred climate, so I have my hydro regulators here to increase humidity, and that's basically how I've been, and this is basically how I've been doing all my alvearies. So I just have I've set up all the platforms to be basically the same and bring in item, fluid, power, and ME conduits, and then basically level emit whatever needs to be level emitted, and obviously pass in whatever fluids and items and whatnot. The power conduits aren't really being used at the moment because I've not actually put stimulators on these alvearies yet. There are some alvearies that do use power for alveary heaters and whatnot, but otherwise I've not actually done... I really need to look at making stimulators because I actually can. I have them on auto crafting now. It's just not really been a priority because the passive resources I'm getting from the bees at the moment are actually adequate enough, but that could obviously change in the future. And then what I have is I have this overhead line which takes the drones. Come on, let me right click it. That takes the drones and runs them over to this set of drawers over here. So I actually need to shove one of my aluminium into there, and the drawers are just set to void excess drones. This is really just my backup supply for drones, for breeding stock, etc. Or if I want to set up more alvearies with of a specific drone. So I actually need a filter. So the way that these are configured is the conduits have self-feed enabled. And, do I have it as an insert or an extract? Insert. Yeah. I don't need... Yeah, the filter is on insert. It doesn't need to be on extract because the drawers don't have a valid destination for the combs or any of the outputs. So an insert filter is good enough. And then we enable self-feed, set it to always extract on purple as well, insert on purple, and basically now we are ready to shove the princess in, and that will just go away and... Oh, I need to set up the underside. So my formula is that I always extract on black when I'm heading towards the storage. And I need another filter for the bottom extract so it doesn't pull the drones out and put them in the ME network. So I always extract on black when I'm heading towards the storage, and I think I use blue when I'm heading away from the storage. I'm not using the... I'm not growing it in its preferred environment, so I'm not getting the bauxite cone, but I will add it to the filter just in case that does change. So that's just always extract and on black. And sooner or later we'll start getting aluminium from that. Unfortunately, in the meantime, I may actually have to go and... just throw the miners down on a bauxite vein or something just to get a load of aluminium. But yeah, so we are basically just waiting. Actually, it is actually making the superconductor wire. I just didn't have auto output turned on. So there we go. We have our 12. Is it actually 12 for the quest? No, it's 24 for the quest. Right. we should hopefully have enough. Oh, we should have enough. So the superconductor is so incredibly expensive. A pump of that tier, niobium titanium pipes. But yeah, we should be good. So I actually have to wait for this tungsten steel or I have to wait for the blast furnaces to finish. So I'll wait for those to finish, and then we'll come back and we'll get the energy hatch crafted. Okie doke. So we have our 24. Yep, our 24 IV superconductors. So there's another lovely quest. The other thing is, while I was waiting for all of those, I have encoded the pattern for the IV energy hatch and all of its dependencies. So, can we make it? No, we need to encode indium gallium phosphide, which is used in the PICs. So that should just be gallium, indium. Yep, it's all easy enough. And that was a C1, wasn't it? Yeah, C1. So hopefully, once we do this, we should be good. Oh, it says we can craft it. And this only takes one superconductor wire, so that's good, because the Vajra takes quite a few. But it is going. So we are waiting for the H pick wafer. How long does that actually take? It takes 60 seconds. Let's just go make sure it's actually doing it. It is. So this is our LCR 0. So we just got to wait for that. And that produces 2 H picks. So that's 2 energy hatches, pretty much. From, what is it, 1 indium dust. Yeah, from 1 indium dust we get... Oh, no, sorry. How many does it need? Yeah, from 1 indium dust we kind of get like 1.5 energy hatches. But that's fine. So, we are waiting for graphene dust, which will be for the pump, or actually it'll be for the motor. But we should have that very shortly as well, because that's about 60 seconds as well. I can't wait until we get the multi-block assembler, but unfortunately we are still a little bit of a way off that. We're not too far off. Let's just make sure the cutting machine is going. Yep, cutting machine's going. Done. So we are very, very, very close. So while that finishes up, let's look at what the Vajra needs. So the kind of annoying parts are the. That's not too bad. Really the annoying part is just the core. But the core is basically probably the only annoying thing in the core actually is the superconductor wires. But yeah, we should be able to craft that, and that'll be a really nice quality of life upgrade because it insta-mines blocks, including GTNH blocks. So, you know, when replacing coils or when tearing down a multi-block or whatever. And it can also do silk touch as well, which is really nice. So, we will... Oh, it's done, apparently. Hey, there we go. IV energy hatch. I don't know what we're going to use it for. I don't know what the first machine we're going to put it on is. But yeah, IV energy hatch. So that is we'll take the 4. That's a really hard toss. We'll take the 4 loot bags. Yeah, we'll take the... Oh, it gave me a load of other rubbish as well. It gave me a load of salt, apparently. Edible salt. Gas tier. Because you're salty about the platinum line. That's the joke. Yeah, salty because you'll be salty about the platinum line, so it's giving you loads and loads of salt. The salt water cell, I'll actually just shove in this tank. But yeah, they've got to be salty about the platinum line. So we have a lot of IV loot bags, and I think I think you know what that means. We have 6, so we are going to go do some enchantment. So I will go quickly do some... I'll quickly go do some enchantments, and then we'll try our luck and see what our luck is. See what our luck is like with these 6 loot bags. See if we get anything good. So we'll be back in a sec, and then we'll look at the Vajra. Right, and we're back. So here we go. Let's see what our luck is like. Pistons, fine. Tungsten steel, large tungsten steel fluid cell. What is that? That's essentially, yeah, that's essentially 8 ingots per. That's essentially 64 tungsten steel ingots and 8 platinum ingots. That's cool. Heavy duty alloy. Oh, that's nice. That's for the tier 3 rocket. Oh, 2 more ender chests. That means we can actually stop. Yeah, we actually have enough that we can stop using compressed chests for our miners now. We can just because we have another 2 in the AE network, so we have 3 miners and then and then we just put the 4th one on the ore processing setup. So yeah, there we go. We don't actually have to cart compressed chests around anymore. More Naquita ore. LUV circuits, that's good. And the last one was boring. But yeah, this is good. This is especially those. This is good. I don't know how much that is like relative to the amount of ingredients it needs, because I've not started looking at the T3 rocket yet. But yeah, that's actually still really good though. So I will head back to main world, to the void, and we need to start looking at what we need for this. So apparently I don't have copper plates in auto crafting. I've not actually needed them up until now. But yeah, the 12. So what is it? It's an 8. It's going to be 2 8s and then 2 4s. Oh, we're 1 short. We are literally 1 short. Okay. Well, we'll have to set some more going. Right, I need to wait for those. What else do we actually need? Iridium reinforced plate, which is iridium alloy, which is a C2 IV assembler, which we don't have. Is this actually used for... Oh, these are actually used for a few things. Okay. So, yeah, we probably do want to, yeah, we probably do want to, actually, make these. To actually, auto-craft these. Okay, cool. I will go away and, sort out the auto-crafting for that then, because I don't have a C2 IV assembler, I don't think. Just double check. Fairly sure I don't. No, I don't. I have a 1, a 3, and a 9. So, yeah, we'll, and we need to wait for the superconductor wires. So, yeah, I'll go away and, get those sorted. And then we'll look at getting the Vajra, crafted, and then we'll probably end it there. So, see you guys in a sec. Right, it, looks like we're on the home stretch now. So, we need Tesla coil, advanced alloy. I thought I had advanced alloy, but apparently not. What is that made in? It's made in a compressor. I actually thought I had that. I must have been making it by hand. So we shove you in there. Now can you do it? We're missing a bronze plate and an iridium plate. Okay. I can't actually believe I've gotten this far without bronze plates, actually, to be honest, either. But right, so that's circuit 1 for you, and then bronze plate. Then bronze plate. I mean, it wouldn't be the first auto crafting gap I've found today. I also found when I went to craft the... I think it's when I was crafting the energy hatch. Or no, it was when I was crafting the stocking input buses for the indium. I actually figured out that I don't have that I didn't have diodes, SMD diodes set to autocraft. So for this last sort of few weeks, or yeah, probably like last month or two, I've been surviving off the stockpile of like a couple of thousand that I batch crafted a little while ago. So that probably shows how inactive I've been. So now I put bronze plate on there. I'm confused. Did I not put bronze plate on there? Yeah, craft one with one bronze ingot. I don't know why that's not working. What is it that even wants the bronze plate? So we need a HP transformer, which is fine. So if we grab all the bits for that, when it hurries up, grab all the bits for that, and then it's wanting the bronze plate for the mixed metal ingot, isn't it? I don't know why that's not working though. Just give me... I will be back in 2 seconds once I figure out why this isn't working. Okay, I spotted my mistake. I accidentally... When I encoded the crafting recipe for the mixed metal ingot, I accidentally encoded it with the IC2 bronze plate, not the Greg Tech one. So it was getting a bit confused. Does that mean I actually now have duplicate recipes then? No. So I was actually missing a bronze plate in the auto crafter. In the auto crafting. So we are just waiting for the iridium alloy, which should be getting made in... I didn't set the circuit. There we go. They're 60 seconds each. Okay. We'll be back in a couple of minutes then when they are actually done. And then I think once we... Because we should actually have everything else. Actually, yeah, let's just make sure we have everything else. So we have the... We don't have an energy crystal. Do we have a... Oh, we do have a... Oh, there we go. We do actually have that. So we could... what lens color does that come from? It's a ruby one. So if we just go and shove that into the PLE, just shove it in there. Oh yeah, that's actually something. This has an animated laser. It's awesome. You can even change the animation. So the animation of it going perpendicular to the plate, that was the realistic animation. The default animation is an angled one. I think the angled one actually does look slightly better. So I definitely do like that. Oh, there's more. There's double... What is that? Dense magnetic neodymium plate. Right, okay. So I will be back in a couple of minutes then. There's definitely still a few more things to craft. We have it all, so it should only be a few minutes. Right, here we go. So we've got the Vajra core. And we need 2 more iridium reinforced plates. But then we have everything else. So we are just waiting for the iridium alloy. So that's 2 minutes. And then... So I guess what I might do is I'll cap off the episode here. So next episode, I want to look at power. So the Lapatronic supercapacitor is really what I would like to start looking at. Next, when I find it, where is the actual, there. So this behemoth, obviously it gets bigger, but we can build it up to 8 layers with the room that I've set aside. So it's not terrible to make. Needs power ICs, that's fine. Lapotron crystals is fine. LUV circuits is fine. In fact, we actually have 4 of those spare from the loot bags. I'm actually going to use 2 of those to make another IV circuit assembler, like I mentioned last video, to try and speed up circuit crafts a little bit. And then I might use the other 2 to make this. The casings are tantalum and tungsten steel, so that's fine. They're not too bad. And then after that, it's basically, yeah, it's just energy hatches and energy hatch, dynamo hatch, and then the casings. So if we do an IV one, then it's basically a Lapotronic energy orb. And I'm fairly sure if we do a LUV one, yeah, this is the... Oh, yeah, this is what I was on about earlier with, like, why is there 2 recipes? Oh, this one is... I still don't get it, actually. I mean, yeah, that is... I think it's just a shortcut. I think the assembly line recipe is just a shortcut. So it might technically be quicker. This 50 seconds is probably quicker than this recipe. But anyway, but yeah, we can make the LV, we can make the IV ones, because they're just Lapotronic energy orbs and lapis plates and screws. And yeah, I think we might actually be able to make it now. Our Vajra, can we get it? Oh, look at that, look at that. That's awesome. It's not charging though, for some reason. I don't know why it's not charging. Because I'm in wireless range, so it should be charging. Okay. Yeah, I don't quite know why it's not charging. Because I'm in range of a wireless charger. Maybe it doesn't support wireless charging? No, surely it must do. That's actually something we can do as well. We can upgrade our... because our wireless charger down here, it's only a HV one. It's been good enough until now, but... yeah, only a HV one. I'm not going to wait for like 10 million EU though. So what we can do is now we can do that. We can do this. Yeah, look at that. Instantly mined. Actually, it mined 2 of them. So this thing is awesome. Just instantly mine any GregTech multi-block, any GregTech block, anything else. I think I actually lost that. I think I lost that. But yeah, this thing is totally worth it. So now we can instantly mine basically any block. So I'm gonna cap off the episode here, and I think this is a really good capping off point. Yes, this does get us another IV loot bag, but I won't enchant that on camera. I'll do it off camera, or I might do it at the beginning of the next video. But yeah, so if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And yeah, next video, I think we're gonna look at some serious power, and look at power generation and storage, and see what we can get set up before we have to start heading into LUV power, because our power demands are only going to go up and up and up. So at the very least, I want to look at the supercapacitor, but we may also look at nitrobenzene and turbine upgrades as well. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.